when I wrote about that in the book and when I had to talk about it, speak my words for the audible version of the book. That was probably one of the more painful parts, seeing him there, the condition that he was in, and having to leave him there. He was in bad shape. And so when he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers. And I knew at that time that, A, he needed somebody to do time with him, which I was going to do anyway. You didn't have to marry me to do time, right? I'm here.
I see why we love you.
And then to, like, he needed a rock. He needed, because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation, you know. Because I promise you, he would have married me and divorced me as soon as his ass left jail. He would have. And I just think it was the mind state that he was in, you know. He wrote me this long letter. Even before Pac went to jail, he was starting to shift in a certain manner.
Good or bad?
Good. Really good. And I think that for him, he just felt like, okay, if I can tether myself, it'll keep me on a trajectory. But trust me, he would have divorced me as soon as one thing he didn't want me as is a wife. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
You know, but I think just being at Rikers, it just kind of shook him a bit.
Needed something.
Okay, now why is that significant? The only reason that a man asks a woman to do that is for the conjugal visits. In fact, Tupac did ask another woman to do that, and she said yes. There's a video on YouTube right now called Tupac Married Keisha Morris for Conjugal Visits. This is Keisha Morris that you see right there. She was the woman that Tupac married while he was in prison for the conjugal visits. And in a very weird way, they used to actually bring other chicks to the prison for him, or handle or facilitate other women coming to the prison. So she was like a down chick. She was the bottom, you know, she was that. The interesting part about this is that the Keisha Morris chick, the chick that actually did it, that wasn't his first choice. Jada Pinkett was his first choice to do that. Because had he asked Jada and she said yes, he would have never married the Keisha Morris chick. So he only married the Keisha Morris chick as a second, third, or whatever option because Jada Pinkett was not willing to do that much. And that's significant because we can't do one of these shows about Jada and Tupac without clowning Will, because either one or two things is happening. Either Will Smith was actively trying to keep the lie alive, or he actually believed that Jada Pinkett and Tupac were never actually with each other sexually. Because he used to make stupid statements like this.
You know, they grew up together and, you know, they loved each other, but they never had that, you know, they never had a sexual relationship, but they had come into that age where now that was a possibility. And then Jada was with me, you know, so
either Jada has no regard for the previous lie, or she just doesn't care. She's going to make him look stupid for talking and sounding and like he actually believes that they were never having sex or they weren't sexually involved at all. But the chick that you go to as your first number one go-to option for your conjugal visits is obviously somebody that you're getting it in with. So her putting it out there that Tupac came to her first for the conjugal visits, that based off the way that it works, depending on the state, you know, she either come there for a few hours and they can, you know, have a few hours in a separate room getting it in, or sometimes it's the whole weekend that you get. And he came to her first. That her throwing that out there is just more that we could add to cart when it comes to the mounting ways that she's embarrassing Will Smith even further. Not to mention that there's actually videos of her actually stating that Tupac was her soulmate.